So if you had to describe your life as if it were a wine, what would you say?
My life as a wine?
Yes, your life journey.
I thought I like the description of full-bodied.
Yeah.
I like that. I feel like my life is full-bodied. It's like there's so much happening, and it kind of hits you as strong.
Right.
That's why I think of full-bodied.
Right.
I was gonna say sweet, but it's not.
It's not
Shit ain't always sweet.
So why hasn't it been sweet? Like, what about your life and your journey? Like, just walk me through like what that has been like.
I mean, no, I feel like I've been blessed my whole life. You know, have an awesome mom. My siblings are dope. All my friends are really dope. Like, my family's really big on education. So I had to go to college and, I had a great experience there.
Okay, so you said your family was big on education. Like, how was Boston College and then like that?
The experience there? That was my first time seeing like money.
Yeah.
I think like I feel like instead of it, because I went to public school and my whole life until college, and it was very mixed. So like I was sitting with the white folks, the Asians, the like gay, straight, like whoever, everybody, the Africans, everybody was always together.
Right.
And I think it was so nice because we got to learn from each other and learn about each other. And then I got to college and it was separated by like social status and money.
Well, listen, you got the other one shirt on. All right. Tell me about like what made you want to start that? Like, was it your experience in Boston? Like, it felt like, you talked about, that being a part of your purpose. So what is Other Ones and how did it come to be?
Yeah. So Other Ones is my baby. It's my charity organization where, in my way of giving back, my way of celebrating the culture of like sneakers and the love for sneakers. Also, and tying that into giving back and service and thinking of other people. So it was birthed over the pandemic. So 2020, I left New York. My mom was like, we're not playing that. Come back to Boston. So I went back to Boston. And I was just home and I was like, damn, pandemic. Like I was on unemployment. Everybody was on unemployment. Nobody was doing anything. And I was just like, I really want to like help and do something cool.
Right.
Because I have done that before, but I wanted it to kind of do it my way. And I saw Dr. Dre's not music video, but I saw his YouTube video of like a wall of Air Forces.
Yeah.
And he's like, these are my Monday pairs, my Tuesday pairs, Wednesday pairs, whatever. And I was just like, yo, what does he do with all those sneakers after? Like, he's a billionaire, so he could really do whatever.
Yeah.
But I was kind of like, I think just thinking of the pandemic, I'm like, people can't even afford to buy one pair. Right. So, and then seeing Dr. Dre's, I'm like, I know a lot of homies that are just like this and have all these pairs and like, what are they doing with it? Right. So I was like, I'm gonna start collecting just all white Air Force Ones and donate those. And I started in October of 2020. I like launched it on my birthday. Kind of. I launched it, but like didn't really say who was behind it.
Yeah.
So I just launched like the Instagram, and then I was like, I just kept posting every day, like talking about service. Yeah. And then from there, like it kind of blew up a little bit. Everyone just started seeing Air Forces and thinking of other people. Right. Like I was like, that's the goal. Exactly. You know what I mean? Like. So
yeah. So with the Air Force Ones that you're collecting, like where exactly like are they going?
Mm-hmm. So the first 100 pairs that I ever collected went to Cabo Verde, where my family's from. So when I launched in October to March, I was like, the goal is at least 100 pairs, and then by July that next year, we went and donated on the Capitol Island, in the capital city where my family's from. Yeah. And that was my second time there. Yeah. My first time giving back, and that was like very special.
Right.
And from there, I've donated twice there now. I went to another island, the island of Fogle. And then I've also donated of course, in Boston and like around Boston, in New York and in the Bronx. And then now in Portland, I've donated it.
And I think that has to feel good and different at the same time, right?
Yeah.
You're talking about something that's a part of your purpose and being connected where your family is from. Like a lot of people don't know the history of their family. So like, what does that feel like, doing something that truly serves you and kind of, you know, with the lineage of your family and your people?
Yeah. I mean, I get emotional about it because like there's nothing like giving back to your own people. Like, and to just be in your country and for that to be my second time and to have felt so welcomed and so at home. But now, like, I mean, the kids speak your language. There were like these old ladies like praying over me. Like, they were just like so grateful for just donating sneakers.
Right.
So even just that small, like little task and little like bit of service like meant so much for so many people.
Right.
Also, like speaking of like the lineage, like my great uncle wrote the first ever dictionary for my country. My mom wrote potentially the first like dual language children's book for the country. So, and then I'm doing this and trying to give back, and all of us are trying to like preserve our language, like showcase our culture and our people. Because a lot of people don't know Cape Verdeans is really a small country.
Right.
So to be a part of that is like, it's super dope.
Yeah. Hey, listen, that hits like so different. Like, you're talking right when you're talking about the family, like all of y'all have done something significant, like for the culture and for your people. No, that's amazing. All right, it feels like you've done so much. Like you talked about Boston, and then like from so many of our conversations, you talk about like there's not one specific thing that kind of holds you down. So like, what does it kind of mean to be a unicorn, or just like live your purpose through different avenues? Like, how did you even come to that, and like, what does that look like now?
I mean, I love living with no like bounds or living outside of a box. I think that makes you so much more, or allows you to be so much more creative.
Right.
I work in a space that allows you to kind of be like that. Like working in advertising. The guy that I work for, my boss, like he's incredible. I learned so much from him. And I think a lot of what like being a unicorn means learning and watching and practicing and trial.
So if you had some advice you would give to your younger self or the next generation that's coming up, like what would that be?
Advice to my younger self, I guess just like I said, like now growing up, looking back, and I'm like, oh, I like who I am now a lot more than the person I was afraid to be. Don't be afraid, I guess, like go for it. Especially if you know that you have so much support. I think like for me, I think that's why I took so many chances, because I knew if I were to fall, like I had a net of people and family and my mom. Like I have people who can help and catch me there. All right, Lee. Listen, you already know I always appreciate you. Do you? Listen, always. Even though I'm from Boston. you still all right, okay? Listen, we want to walk black, okay? I want to walk black.